And we're live. Welcome back to the Back in Time podcast. I'm Kyle. We've got Jeff. We've got JD. The crew's here. Fellas, it is the final countdown. The last, only 3 episodes remain of the Back in Time podcast. This is going to be a fun one, though. We're talking about the top 5 songs of 1997. How the heck we doing, Jeff?
I am doing fantastic.
All right, good. I like to hear it. JD, how are you?
I'm going to match his enthusiasm, man. I'm going to one-up him. He's fantastic. I'm fucking fantastic. So screw you, Jeff.
Damn you, boy.
Kyle, how are you? Enlighten us. One-up the both of us.
I got nothing. I'm doing horrible. No, I'm kidding. Things are going pretty good. Yeah, I had a long day of work. It was a Monday, as Mondays go. A lot of catching up, a lot of emailing. So, yeah, ready to kind of move along the week and just power through, you know. So, yeah, not the answer you were looking for, was it?
I mean, you know,
I think Forrest Gump could probably give a better answer.
No, stupid
Yeah,
is.
that's all
Does.
That's all I have to say about that.
Unfortunately. So audience, just real quick, just some housekeeping stuff to talk through. Jeff and I have been talking a lot offline, and the podcast is going to remain, but Kyle is going to be murdered.
Oh, ouch. Rough break.
But he will be coming back as a phantom spirit ghost.
Oh, I like
and
it.
he's going to kill both
Vigo.
me and Jeff.
So that only speaks Italian.
Albeit like a painting. Don't look into the eyes, Ray. I, Vigo.
Oh, boy.
Scars of Carpathia. Oh, in our archives, Ghostbusters 2. Yeah. Did we do Ghostbusters 2? I feel like we did.
We did do it, and it was one that, unfortunately, I didn't respond as positively as I thought I would to it.
Yeah.
I remember loving the shit out of that, and I watched, and I was just kind of like, really? Oh, young me would kick my own ass.
Right.
Yeah, when you're a kid, it was great. When you're an adult, not so good.
Really? I feel like it's my favorite of the Ghostbusters movies because that's the one I really grew up on. So I have more of an afterlife. Yeah, because I was 4 years old when it came out. So I was a kid. I got all the toys. Everything was Ghostbusters 2 for me.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, you got the real Ghostbusters cartoon. Yeah, all right, fine, whatever. Jury allow it.
Jury allow it. I like it. Well, we may or may not have a guest jumping on. And if he does, we'll just plug him in. If not, we'll just continue on. But here's how it goes. We're all going to break down our picks from 5 all the way down to 1. We'll probably have a couple honorable mentions at the end here. And I think we'll start with JD because I know he's not prepared and I want to put more stress on him. Jeff will go second. I'll go third. And then if our fourth jumps in, we'll add him right at the end here. But I had a couple of notes I wrote down about 1997 in general because it's such a fun year because like the music itself kind of like eased us through like a couple kind of tragic losses in America. Like Princess Diana passed away, and then there was like the Candle in the Wind song from Elton John, and then Notorious B.I.G. passed away, and there's the Puff Daddy song, and both of those were like 2 of the top hits of the entire year. And then, you know, this is like, it's a pre-Napster heyday, so CDs are in full effect, tapes are kind of on their way out at this point. Vinyl is not really a thing anymore except for the hardcore collectors. So I have so many like fond memories of going to the record store and picking up like Jock Jams and like so many different albums that came
Now,
out from this. Yeah. Now volume 1, who knows what it was on in
I
97.
think I want to say I did start with the nows, and then because like most people at that time, it was all about how many different songs you can stuff on a
Yeah.
CD, and it wasn't a mixtape anymore. It was just a mixed CD, and you know how many songs you can. That's very popular soundtracks at that time too.
Yeah.
You're just coming off of I want to say the Forrest Gump soundtrack was probably just. Oh wait, 2007. Wait, what year are we doing again? I forgot.
97. 1997.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So yeah, I think Forrest Gump's got to be kind of close to there.
yeah. The Titanic, huge soundtrack. Men in Black would have been around
Yep.
this time too. So, My Heart Will Go On. We'll Get Jiggy With It. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. No. Okay.
Can we cut Kyle off? Why did we let Kyle have the microphone for this long?
He's been driving all this time, so I'm in the
400
backseat
episodes
passenger.
Do you have anything else to add, Kyle, or can we just jump into the list?
Hey, I've been doing this same thing for 400 episodes. You're just now throwing a fit about me talking too much?
Oh, no, there's a whole subreddit where Jeff and I complain about you talking too much.
Yep, and we're also going to buy stock.
I would love that, actually.
And I believe it's Sam Goody as well. Sam Goody's making a comeback, and we're going to buy stock in that.
Heck yeah. Bring Sam Goody back. Why not? All right. Well, let's get to it. JD, kick us off. Number 5, man. What do you got?
Okay. Obviously, we are in 1997. This particular song, shut the fuck up. This particular song came out in March. I'm gonna run down some lyrics. Cut me off whenever you want. I'm not gonna sing them. I'm just gonna beatbox them.
Okay. Oh no.
No. I want to stand with you on a mountain. I want to bathe with you in the sea. I want to lay like this forever. Till the sky falls down on me.
God, I know the song, Kyle. But I can't think of it.
Truly, Madly, Deeply by Savage Garden.
Nice.
There's number 5.
Number 5. That's a good number 5.
Deeply, Soundgarden. I like it.
Nope.
I like it.
Savage Garden, not Soundgarden.
Or sorry, yeah,
different bands.
I was gonna say two different genres.
Now they have to get mixed up all the time. Like that has to be a common thing.
Well, in your household and us normies, we know the difference in words. They're called words.
Oh, well, I know some words, left to right, top to bottom.
Penis, potato.
Okay. No, this is actually. I mean, even though you're way off key, this is a tremendous song for number 5. Like honestly, and I think it peaked pretty high on the Billboard 100 at one point during the year. So so I was looking at it earlier today when I was doing my research.
Yeah, my research consisted of 5 minutes ago. So whatever.
No problem. I'll try and pop it up. See if I can find it real quick. But,
I bet you could play it on guitar and sing it. Let's go.
I don't. My guitar is actually under the bed, put up right now. So
is your masculinity.
Wow.
Gosh, I'm on fire. I am on fire.
Jeff, what do you think about Savage Garden? Do you like this pick?
Yeah, no, it's a good solid pick. Truly, Madly, Deeply, it's a solid pick.
Okay. All right. Well, give us yours, Jeff. Give us a little something to chew on here at number 5. What do you got?
Yeah, well, mine actually goes with the year, of course, was 1997, and I saw this in the movies with my grandmother, who is no longer with us, but holds a special place because it had really no intention of enjoying it, but just with the singing, it was just fun. And something with Antonio Banderas and Madonna and we're both not crying for Argentina, which is, of course, the name of the soundtrack. So I should have a soundtrack since I was just talking about soundtracks. And I do own for "Don't Cry for Me" Argentina from Madonna.
You cut out just a little bit there. I heard Madonna and "Don't Cry" something.
So yeah, so that was Madonna and Antonio Banderas,
Okay.
the horny bee from the nasal commercials now. Um, but yeah, "Don't Cry for Me" Argentina from the
Okay.
musicals. And really thoroughly enjoyed it. And we were actually the only people in the movie theater at the time, besides the usher.
Didn't she win some type of an award for this too?
That, as well as a lot of slack from the people of Argentina, who had a lot of not so nice things to say about the Material Girl being casted as Eva Perón. But needless to say,
definitely not
like
Argentinian, from Detroit. White.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Hollywood in the 90s,
Right.
Okay. Well, I actually I don't know this song, so I can't rag on your pick or cheer it on. But JD, how about you?
I've heard it, and I got nothing, no shit to say, nothing but love, and musically it's fine. It's 1997. Let's fucking rock.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna toss on over to myself here. So, number 5, I'm kicking off my list with a song. I think if you just hear like the opening part of the track, like you immediately know this song, and this is where I want you to insert this, Jeff, into editing, because it goes like just it's got an awesome beat, and it's from the album No Way Out, and from the artist Puff Daddy and the Family. This song would go on to sell over 2.7 million copies, was the number 5 song on the Billboard Top 100 list for the year 1997. And I am talking about the song Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, Puff Daddy. There we go.
All right. Yeah. Great.
You guys don't know this song? Are you kidding?
Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no. Come on.
Oh yeah, right. That's that one. I know it now.
Isn't that like Frankie Goes to Hollywood song?
No.
It's a remake.
Nope, definitely not. Now, interesting enough, Puff Daddy, 2 of the top 5 songs in 97 came from his album. The other
and they're
one
both
was
on your list, I bet.
I'll Be Missing You, which was the song to Notorious B.I.G. Yeah, he actually doing the research on that. So it's just a complete ripoff of a beat from a song from Sting. So he was actually cashing checks for $2,000 a day during the time that this song was taken off. So,
and that was before mobile banking. So that's a long time to bank line.
He was cashing some big checks, and I don't think Puff Daddy cared at all because they were selling millions of records. So he was still making plenty off of the other songs.
Or at least in Portage, Indiana.
Well, I mean, worldwide, I think it went 7 times platinum, so over 7 million copies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had that in Naperville, Illinois, at Naperville, or I'm sorry, at the College of DuPage in '97 when I was there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I took a little flack for Puff Daddy. I'm surprised by it. I mean, come on, guys. Have a little culture, will you? Number 4, JD.
Culture.
Go ahead and name your white artist. You're up.
Okay, fair. I accept all of your reverse racism that you're throwing down. It's obviously very accustomed as for Indiana is not known for its racial equality, but damn the white people. I'm gonna throw the band out first, and I picked a certain song from this album. It's a massive album when it came out. It's Third Eye Blind. Now, I think we can all agree that Third Eye Blind is a fantastic band through and through, and their debut studio album rocked. I mean, there were so many not one hit wonders. There's so many good singles and bangers, as Big Ben Bowman would call them, on this.
Bangers.
Bangers. I wanted to take something a little bit out of the norm, and one of my favorite songs off this album is "Motorcycle Drive-By."
Oh, nice! I love that song.
And I was gonna say, I feel like Kyle can. I knew you would know that song. It's just a beautiful. It's just, I don't know. I like it. If you've not listened to this track from '97, obviously, give "Motorcycle Drive-By" a listen. You might like yourself a little bit better at the end.
Okay. Well, I love the pick of "Motorcycle Drive-By" because that's a deep cut for Third Eye
Yes.
Blind, but I can't talk too much about Third Eye Blind right now. So Jeff, if you want to jump in here, you feel free.
Yeah, I will. The 90s brought just a whole bunch of one-hit wonders. And, some of them were popular and some were not so popular. Barbie Girl, kind of rings to mind from Aqua. But one I think is always popular because, it's just in its lyrics alone. I get knocked down, but get back up. You're never going to keep me down. Of course, we're talking about Chumbawamba and Tub Thumpin'.
I can't spell either, but I'm going to try my best here. You can laugh at the notes later.
They're what are they? Icelandic?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, because the rest of that album is pretty fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
from what I recall.
Yeah, number 2 of the UK singles, New Zealand's, and topped the charts in Australia, Canada, Ireland, Italy, New Zealand, and hit number 6 back on the US Hot Billboard. Yeah,
good shit.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about this song, this band literally comes from like nowhere. You could play this song, I would say, in nearly almost any country, and pretty much everybody knows the song. Like they have to. Like, oh, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Like you're just like the whole time you're like, all right, come on, I like it. Like you got to jump to it. It's such a cool song.
Yeah.
So I at some point I stumbled across a documentary on YouTube about one-hit wonders, and they talked specifically about this song and did like a 30-minute piece on it. It was really interesting. And yeah, the guys were just like, well, yeah, you call us one-hit wonders all you want. We're still playing music. It's been like 25 years, so we'll laugh our way to the bank.
That's right. There's absolutely nothing wrong about one-hit wonders. I mean, look at Sugar Ray made a whole career out of it.
Yeah.
Or Mark McGrath, excuse me.
To drop a classic from the Back in Time podcast archives, we had a guest on at one point, Stu Stone, and I asked him at the end of the episode, what was next? And he goes, I always hate that question because, the person that painted the Mona Lisa only had to paint the Mona Lisa. Like, that was it. Like, why do I have to have something next? Like, what's wrong with just this? And I was like, damn, okay, you're right. You win. So, yeah.
Good old Stu Stone.
Good. Classic episode. And I know the documentary got taken down off of Netflix, but if you want to watch it, it's called Jack of All Trades, and you can watch it for free with some ads on YouTube. It's a great baseball card / tracking down his father documentary. Very cool. So, on to me. Number 4, I am going with one that I'm actually surprised. I think, JD, you'll be really surprised too. I'm shocked that this isn't higher on my list because, quite frankly, it's my favorite band ever. I'm gonna be seeing them live in person in Nashville this summer, and I am talking about the band Blink-182. But this particular song is off of the album Dude Ranch, which was released on June 17th, 1997. And this was really the song that made me, number 1, fall in love with the band. Number 2, it really launched them into mainstream for the first time. It got major airplay on a lot of really popular radio stations. And at one point, it peaked all the way at 67 on the Billboard 200. And they sold over 1.1 million copies of Dude Ranch, which set them up for Enema of the State and a brand new drummer named Travis Barker. And the rest is history. So, but yeah, Damn It is my number 4 pick. Yeah.
So, how old were you when you first learned to play that on guitar? Because that was the first song that I learned how to play on guitar, and that was the last song I learned how to play on guitar. I can't do anything else.
Yeah. I didn't learn it until like 2003. That's when I started playing music. But it was one of the first songs I learned how to play. And then I learned, and then I switched to bass, which bass is way easier. My first bass song that I learned was actually a Blink-182 song as well, and it was Carousel. So if you know that one, it's an awesome bass riff to start the song. Yeah,
very cool, man.
There we go. So that's my number 4 pick, and yeah. Also, if you're not busy, both of you, come to Nashville in July. Let's go watch Blink.
You bet. I'm on my way.
Hey,
Blink, they put out such a great show too.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I bet they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking. We saw them in 2000 when they did the reunion tour in 2009.
Yeah.
That was Travis Barker played like
excited,
a 30-minute drum solo.
I'm not mad. I hope they spin him up in the air, upside down, on fire, whatever he wants to do, man. Because I know he gets crazy out there. So, all right, JD, you're at your number 3 pick here, dude. We're getting close. What do you got?
The nitty gritty peanut butter jelly sandwich is coming out, man. I did a little bit of pivoting on based on some of what you guys did to sort of make our list a little bit more different. So this is an album like the Third Eye Blind, where I could pick, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of the 12 songs on this album, I can pick all 12 songs to be on this list right now. I don't know how pretentious to go. Kyle, call me out when you got a drift on where I'm going with this. I love when you can predict my white person getting jiggy with itness.
Can you stop? I think I already know what it is, and I'm actually afraid that I have the same number 3 pick as you, but keep going.
I don't think you do.
Okay. I can't tell you mine because
throw down the band.
I can't.
Okay, fine.
I can't.
Okay. I don't think we have the same number 3 pick. I don't.
Okay.
I hope we don't. So I'm going to go with a little album by the name of Whatever and Ever. Oh. Amen.
Okay. Amen.
You thought it was going to be Hanson?
No, I'm kidding. Come on.
I said amen.
Hanson's
this is the best
too. Watch your tone.
Best songs of 1997, not best first masturbation moments of 1997.
Okay.
Taylor Hanson is a boy, Kyle.
I know. My wife wanted to she wanted to marry Taylor Hanson so that
who doesn't?
Her first name's Taylor, so they would have been Taylor Hanson and Taylor Hanson. Weird, right?
Can we focus?
Don't like it. No, I can't. Go.
Damn. Okay, so Whatever and Ever Amen by Ben Folds 5. The obvious pick would be Brick for Song of the Year for 1997, but I feel like we can go a little bit deeper. I love the song Fair off this album. It's very upbeat, but at the same time downtrodden, which a lot of Ben Folds 5 music is. I mean, we got Song for the Dumped off of this, Selfless, Cold, and Composed, Kate, Smoke, Stevens Last Night in Town, Battle for Who Could Care Less. If you like Ben Folds 5, you're with me. If you don't like Ben Folds 5 and you're Kyle and you don't give a damn about good music, then but that's my pick.
I'm Googling what downtrodden means.
I was going to say, fun fact about Ben Folds 5, it's just one guy, Ben.
And he folds 5. He puts on a hell of a show, too. He does. I saw him. He opened for Cake.
Does he loop everything? Like, will he go like play the drum beat and loop it and then go play like the bass and then like mix it all in, or does he get a band?
Ben Folds 5. Yeah, Ben Folds 5 had some people supporting him. Even like New Radicals, although it is one guy, has the support of other people on all the tracks. It's called music.
That's cool. No, I listened to I saw this guy in like 2008 called the Rocket Summer, and he was a one man band as well. And he would like start his drum beat like boom, boom, but he would loop it, and then he would just step on the pedal and it would store the beat, and then he'd go play the guitar, and then he moved to the keyboard, and then he would just, next thing you know, he's playing the full song by himself. It was really cool.
Yeah, those people are amazing.
So little not little known fact, but maybe to Kyle, who's I'm being really mean to Kyle tonight.
Seems odd. Yeah.
Does it? Jason Schwartzman used to have a band, Coconut Records, named after Coconut Records, the Coconut Records, where you buy records. And he played everything. He was a one man. So if you haven't listened to Jason Schwartzman's band from 2008 and I think 2010 was his second CD.
Yeah.
And then he was also the drummer of Phantom Planet, which
California. Such a great song, man.
Oh yeah,
he needs to do more music stuff. I know he's an actor.
Hell yeah.
I get it. Like, you're this great actor, but more music. That's
he's a multi-talented. Have you heard his? He used to do like a guest DJ hosting spot on Sirius XM where he would do Coconut Radio. It's hilarious listening to him talk about music for an hour. There was one episode that he did where he hosted it with himself. So literally it was him, and he's like, Jason, what did you think about that song? Well, Jason, I noticed that this song had a lot of downtrodden notes to it. I don't know what that means, Jason. Can you explain that? It was hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously the whole family in general has just a ton of talent coming from the Coppola family. His mom's a Coppola, yeah. So, and his uncle, Nicolas Cage. So, there you go. Cool. Let's go with Jeff's number 3 pick. What do you got?
Number 3, I am going across the pond with a little band called White Town. And of course, we're going with Your Woman. Speaking of interesting, fun little beats. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, I love that song. That was hard to not include on my list, but I'm so glad that you did. It's a great song.
Nice. I don't know this one. Glad that you both are excited. Was this on like a soundtrack or anything that I would know it from?
Not really.
It was
just a one hit, one band, White Town, You're a Woman,
It was on to be fair, Jeff, I don't mean to be
correct
rude
me,
to
please.
you.
Go ahead.
No, I don't. I would never be rude to you. I would only be rude to Kyle. Kyle, it was on a soundtrack called Great Fucking Music from 1997. Rent it from your library sometime.
Cool. Is that the library has it though?
Well, not in Indiana because racism.
Oh, well.
Well, no, it is called White Town though.
Oh yeah, then we would have it. Nice. I'm listening to it now. It actually does sound familiar. I just don't know it off the top of my head. Too much. Wow.
3 left, folks. 3 left.
Well, might be less
after tonight.
Keep it up.
Maybe.
All right, here we go. I'm moving on to number 3. This one comes from an English rock band, and it's based off of a sample from a 1965 version of the Rolling Stones song The Last Time by Andrew Oldham Orchestra. And it was released June 16th, 1997, and coming in just under 6 minutes long. It's the longest song on my list by far, and it's one of the defining songs of the Britpop era. I am talking about, from The Verve, It's a Bittersweet Symphony. I love this song. Such a cool song. And I didn't know all the backstory up until this afternoon.
You mean how
when I was researching
the Rolling
it.
Stones sued the shit out of
I bet they did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you think you're going to come to America and play our songs in stadiums? Is that what you're going to do? Mate, no. We're going to sue you. No, and they made a lot of money too because they went platinum, 1.3 million copies in the U.S., 11 times platinum in the U.K. So that's
and just imagine if they didn't have that
copies.
opening. If they didn't have that opening, how much money they would have saved.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder what they had to give the Rolling Stones. That's the next thing I need to look up.
Oh, they're still paying them.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Good to be Mick Jagger and the fellas, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured, JD, this might be on your list at some point. I thought this might be your number 3 pick. That was what I was referring to. Because I feel like you love this song. Am I wrong?
We still have honorable mentions and 2 picks left, Kyle.
Okay. You're not saying much. That leads me to believe that there may be something coming. Okay. Let's keep chugging along. We're to the final 2 picks. I don't like that you're making the predator face right now. Kind of scares me. You are one ugly motherfucker. In our archives, Predator. It's from the movie, not you, the Predator. Jeez.
Language. We did Predator on this podcast?
Yeah.
You guys have a podcast?
The things that you've forgotten. Number 2. What do you got, JD?
All right. I have to play a part on this podcast, and that part is antagonist to Kyle's generic list.
Yeah.
Really? Bittersweet Symphony?
Awesome song. Right?
What are you, 12 years old? Is your mom putting your...
I was 12 years old. Yes. 97.
Yeah, no, I know math. So I'm gonna go. I see a little theme going on for these last 2 picks. We're across the pond for a little bit of music.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to France.
Oh.
Oui.
It's a French electronic music duo. Their studio. You don't hate it. It's their studio debut album. Kyle, do your homework. The album is Homework. Around the World by Daft Punk.
Oh, great song.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, I can't even hate on this one.
Around the world.
So perfect. It's a great song.
I'm not going to be on the next American Idol, so that's okay. But yeah, I know the song. And now the question is, did they start off with the Helmets, or the Helmets were later in their career? For Daft Punk.
Are you asking because you know the answer?
I'm asking because I'm serious. I don't know the answer. That's why I was kind of curious.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
You look like you're a music kind of guy and would know it.
I don't know that. I don't know if it came initially from when they started playing house shows and after their studio album released, or if it came after Michel Gondry directed their music videos around the world, which is cinematically beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Audience, let us know, please.
Okay. Well, Jeff, that means it's your pick, man.
It is number 2. And all I can say is, woohoo! Blur.
Taking a poo.
Song number 2. I got my head checked by a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. Woohoo!
I'll give it to 1997 song lyrics. They kept things really simple.
They did.
Like, woohoo! Like, yeah. Not much to that chorus, but it worked like a son of a gun.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm really glad that you picked this one because this was one of the songs that I kind of went back and forth on because I like it so much. But ultimately, it was just a bit outside of mine. But I'm happy to see it here at number 2. So, JD, you're quiet on the Blur.
I think song 2 is probably close to a perfect song.
Mm-hmm.
It's right to the point. It just gets right to it. 2 rhymes with poo. Okay. So we got that going for us.
True.
And the thing that I always found so fascinating, it's 2 minutes long.
Is it really?
Or roughly, it's like 1:56, or it's really short.
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
it's 2:02. How about that? They should have done 222. They should have stuck it out a little bit longer.
I just that always stuck with me, the fact that it's like 2 minutes long. They get into it and they just woo for 2 minutes and then they're like, see you guys later.
I mean, what's funny is, I mean, obviously being in like a garage band and like comparing it to the Blur is not, you obviously can't do that, but like when you're like making songs, like a lot of times you haven't named them yet. So you're just like, let's play song 1 again. Oh, let's play song 4. I want to go over that one again. Like until you like, so you know, at some point they were just like, let's just call it song 2. Who cares? So I think that's awesome. So likely it was probably the second song that they wrote for the album would be my guess. And that's why it was called song 2. But I don't know the backstory. Maybe somebody else does. But I'm trying to do some quick research. Oh, there it is. It represented its slot in the track list. I guess maybe that's it. Yeah. A parody of the grunge genre, but I love it. Yeah, the old Seattle grunge. Well, that's a solid pick at number 2, Jeff. So let's keep moving along. We're gonna stay in the alt rock category with my number 2 pick. This song was released on the album The Color and the Shape, May 10th, 1997. I don't know if that gives it away already. Maybe not. Around Christmas time, this artist returned to his native home. And as he was going through a divorce, he decided to stay at a friend's house on a sleeping bag on the floor, and that was where he wrote the song Everlong from the Foo Fighters, my number 2 pick. I'm talking about Dave Grohl. He wrote it in 45 minutes on the floor in a sleeping bag. The lyrics are inspired by Grohl's ongoing romance with Louise Post of the band Veruca Salt. The song's about a Veruca.
Yeah,
I'm
Veruca.
sorry, I can't. It was in pink. I could barely read it. The song's about a girl that you're in love with. It's basically about being connected to someone so much that not only do you love them physically and spiritually, but when you sing along with them, you harmonize perfectly. So ranked as one of the top 500 songs of all time by Rolling Stone, and also ranked as the number 1 Foo Fighters song of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. The album went platinum in the US, and yeah, this is one of my favorite songs, and it was one of the first songs I ever learned how to play in a band, because it's just a really simple song, and it's also just a really fun song to play too. So there we go.
Nice.
Everlong. That drum beat during this, RIP to the drummer Taylor, who passed away not too long ago, is just amazing. The tempo in this song, it's just like he was like maniacal in certain parts, so I loved it. There we go. Nothing
Nice.
from you guys on the Foo Fighters, huh?
No, it's fine.
A little
Yeah.
bit more. Oh, that's right, I guess.
I mean, no. I mean, it's only number 2 on your list.
Okay, yeah. Let's get the number 1 then. JD, I'm going to give you the rundown, and then you'll give us your number 1 pick. So you started with Savage Garden, Truly, Madly Deeply. And we went to Motorcycle Drive-By from Third Eye Blind, Fair from Ben Folds 5, Around the World with Daft Punk. What's your number 1 pick for top 5 songs of 1997?
Okay, so bear with me. I'm gonna throw down a little bit of history here. This album was released in February.
Oh, cool.
February
When
1997.
February ends.
It did not chart in the US.
What?
So this album, nothing. Did not go. Went
Don't
nowhere.
like that.
Did nothing. Let's break this down a little bit. Of the album, 3 of its songs went on to be featured on the Good Will Hunting soundtrack.
Oh, love that.
Including 1 song which was nominated for Best Original Song from Good Will Hunting. It wasn't on the album, but was written after this artist was hired because of this 1997 album. Rolling Stones ranked this album, which did not chart in the US, as 216 of the top 500 greatest albums of all time. Did not chart in the US. No?
I don't know what
The
it is,
album?
but I'm really excited.
Yeah,
The,
I'm on pins and needles.
okay, the album is Either or by Elliott Smith.
Nice.
Okay. I love Elliott Smith. Good Will Hunting being a Gus Van Sant movie. Kyle will understands my love for Van Sant through and through. There's so many bangers from this album, but I'm just going to go ahead and say, for those of you, maybe if Kyle, Jeff, if you're not familiar with Either or, audience, if you're not, Between the Bars is a very lyrically, amazingly written and played song. Elliott Smith's vocals are fantastic. His guitar work is unparalleled. And his lyrics are just, Between the Bars being, he was a man that dealt with numerous addictions in his life. So you can read Between the Bars as being walking between two bars to get drunk, or he's playing between the bars, musically. It's just any way that you want to interpret what he's singing at you.
Yeah.
It comes off as many different layers.
Yeah.
And it's a great song. So that's my number one pick.
He always had such a cool voice. Like I just played like a little bit of it, and it's like he's playing this really cool riff, and he's like, "Twinkle little baby, down the stars." And just like, he's one of those guys that like, he's probably like your favorite's artist. Like real musicians are like, no, this is the best. Like this guy's the best. And everybody, like general population's like, who the hell's Elliott Smith? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think, I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and I love Elliott Smith. I've loved Elliott Smith for a great number of years. He is easily, if I had either a time machine or the ability to zombify somebody, I would go to an Elliott Smith concert. I don't know if zombie Elliott's, he died of self-inflicted wounds in like 2003.
Gotcha.
Look it up. It's actually a very interesting story because they found a very hastily written suicide note with knife wounds with defensive hand positions in his chest. So they called it a suicide, but some people would say he was murdered. And he had a massive drug addiction, and he owed money all over Los Angeles, and it's a hell of a story. It needs to be a movie.
Needs to be a documentary, I think. Yeah. Documentary would be way cooler.
Well, anyways, maybe. Let's do both. There was the Dahmer documentary, and then there was Monster, so.
That's true.
But so just real quick, I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and I wouldn't compare Elliott Smith to Tom Waits, but I feel like people refer to Tom Waits in the same regard. It's like his music's not for everybody, but the musicians will be like, shit, that's Tom Waits over there. Like I feel like people do the same with like Nick Cave. Outside of Red Right Hand, name another Nick Cave song, but he's musically phenomenal.
Sure.
And he had a 97 album too.
Yeah. A little comment from the chat. I love this.
Fair.
There you go. Maybe Jeff will throw him a bone here with his pick. Well, let me give the rundown first, and then we'll get your first pick. Because Jeff, let's be honest, you've been all over the map here with your musical taste. You started with,
number one's not going to disappoint.
Number 5, you started with Madonna and Antonio Banderas with "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." Then we were a little Chumbawamba from Tub, or whatchamacallit, with
Tub
number
something.
4. Number 3 was "Your Woman" from Whitetown, and then song number 2 from Blur as your number 2 pick. What's your number 1 pick from 97?
Well, again, that's the wonderful thing about music. You can go from musicals to rock to pop to one-hit wonders to just heavy metal. And all I'm going to say is just breathe with me. Because, of course, that's the song from Prodigy, my number 1. with that awesome riff.
Yeah. Man, Prodigy was awesome back in the day. Like I remember specifically I either had this on cassette or I had a CD of it, and this was one of the songs that like I loved off of that album.
That
So
and Firestarter.
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, you're right. Like just the riff alone in this song is like super cool.
And the fact that they played at the Olympics. I mean, how many bands?
Did they really?
They did. They played it during the London opening ceremonies, among with guest stars including Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, and James Bond, Daniel Craig himself. So yeah, it was quite shocking. Of all the bands to represent London, they had Prodigy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point, like because my music was all over. I was playing like jock jams one time, and then I'm popping in Prodigy in the next breath. I think my parents were like, something might be wrong with this kid.
Yeah, that was pretty much me. Everything but country.
Yeah, and they would have been right. Something was wrong. They never got me help. It explains a lot. Nothing from JD. I thought that'd pop him a little bit.
I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening.
Cool.
I was thinking of Prodigy.
Okay. I feel heard. Appreciate that.
Well, no, you shouldn't, because I wasn't listening. You were talking about how your parents used to give you bare bottom spanks or something at the playground. That's what I heard.
Oops. Nope. That didn't happen. Great pick at number 1, Jeff. I like it. JD, anything? I knew you were looking up some Prodigy there. Anything you want to add?
Not for that. Prodigy was a really cool band. Obviously, when we were 12 years old and this came out, and we're like, "Smack my bitch up."
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
And that was a close, number 1. But I was like, let's just keep it on the. I mean, like I said, you really couldn't go wrong with the whole album. But I wanted to keep Breathe as my number 1.
Have you guys seen the music video for "Smack My Bitch Up"?
No. That's the only one I haven't seen, actually.
Nope.
So you give this a look. This is a really cool. I don't know if "cool" is the right way to put it. It's they don't air it. It's not aired very. It's very controversial.
Oh, you mean it didn't age well?
No. So actually, it probably aged fantastically. Like if you were to play this now, you'd probably be like, "Hell yeah!" But I didn't see this music video until I was in college, and a little cartoon character by the name of Joe Thompson showed it to me. And so basically, it's the whole music video is shown through first person perspective. So you don't see who the main character, you don't see who eyes you're seeing through, and wakes up, gets drunk, does drugs, beats the fuck out of people, going to the bar and just just raising hell, and gets a hooker and takes her home and fucks her, and then like you get to the end of the music video and it's just this regular blonde looking girl. And so the whole thing is like plays on the perception of who you think would be acting that way and making a fool of themselves in public, and you're assuming it's a guy. So but now in 2023 you'd probably be like, "Slay, girl." Girls can do cocaine, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
It's true. Yeah.
Give it a watch. I like, hey, he went on mute immediately. He's like, no.
No, it was my other cat making too much noise.
I'm just messing with him.
All right.
But yeah, give it it's a good music video.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I did just give it a quick. Yeah, now you mentioned it, I did actually see it. It's been a while.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to the final pick here of the top choices from 1997. I started with "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down" from Puff Daddy at number 5. Blink 182, "Damn It" at number 4. A little Bittersweet Symphony at 3. Everlong was number 2. My number 1 pick. This song was released on April 8th, 1997 from a self-titled album. The album went 6 times platinum, over 6 million copies sold in the US, peaking at number 25 on the US Billboard 200. And the single peaked all the way at number 4 on the Billboard Top 100. The song about a addiction to crystal meth and a feeling that your life is always about to change and you're never going to be reliable. It's a really simple song. Actually, Dave Grohl was interviewed in 1998. He was asked if you could go back and write any lyric from 1997, what would it be? And he said he would write the refrain to this song. And I'm talking about the song that is called Semi-Charmed Life from Third Eye Blind. And the refrain is very simple. It's literally one word 24 straight times. Doot, 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 24 times all over again. Simple, to the point, awesome song. And I honestly didn't know it was about crystal meth until I was an adult. And I was singing this as a kid. And that's not cool. Not cool, parents. So they let that happen. That's on them. But what I love about Third Eye Blind, so this first album, there's 4 songs off of this that I love. One being Motorcycle Drive-By, which is fantastic. The other being Graduate, which I think is another great song off of that album. And then, the old classic, Wish You Would From That Ledge, my friend, Jumper. So those are all great songs, but a lot of people call this band a one-hit wonder. I don't think they're a one-hit wonder, because in order to be a one-hit wonder, that means you never have to have another hit song. And like 2 years later, they came out with Never Let You Go, which was a really popular song, was on a bunch of movies. And that album sold over 1 million copies too and went platinum. So I don't know why they keep getting labeled as one-hit wonders when they've had like a ton of hits.
I think it's probably just because of that song.
Right.
It went like, oh yeah, you mean the Doot 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 song? Yeah, whatever happened to them? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. They're still playing. I mean, he's literally, I think he's on tour right now playing acoustic. I would love to see him. Is he playing anywhere near us, JD? Are you looking it up right now? That's why I'm asking.
I know he's playing in Charleston, is what Spotify is telling me right now.
Okay, I'll have to look up his tour, but I think he'd be a thing. But if you have a streaming music service, he just put out a Third Eye Blind acoustic album not too long ago, and it's awesome. All the songs are like remixed and kind of sang differently than the original versions. And there's a couple that I'm like, oh man, I don't even recognize this song. And then I went back and listened to the old one. I'm like, oh, this is really cool what he did. So
that's definitely one thing I did miss about MTV in the 90s is, I mean, granted, yes, they were already on their way out, but when they had their grunge and different rocks sing acoustic songs.
Yeah,
those are probably one of my favorites.
Did either of you guys watch that that Hulu TV show about Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson from a little while back?
Yeah, I did.
No, I didn't.
Okay. There's a part in there where they go into the studio and throw a fit because they've been kicked out of the big studio. And it was because Third Eye Blind was in there recording this album. And Tommy Lee was like, who the fuck is Third Eye Blind? Like throwing stuff all over the place, flipping tables. Yeah, they were not happy.
It was a funny come to Jesus moment, I think, of his.
Okay. Well, I'll throw this in here for JD. Best beard on the panel goes to you. Well done. Congratulations. You have the only beard, but I mean...
It's true.
Default.
Best non-beard goes to... I'll give it to Jeff. He's a little bit cleaner shaved than I am today, so well done, Jeff. I have the best eyebrows, though. I mean, Eugene Levy-like.
Oh, you mean poorly. Yeah, you look like shit.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Andrew.
Nobody likes unibrow.
Yeah, the old unibrow. Anthony Davis, Lakers player. Great unibrow. Now,
John
let's...
Stockton had a unibrow, maybe.
That's racist.
I know.
Let's get to a couple honorable mentions. Surely we have a couple honorable mentions. JD, do you have any? I mean, you barely had 5. I know you were scrambling, but any come to mind?
Yeah. Shut up. I was gonna include some Blink. You covered them pretty well.
Hey, real quick, I want to another. Give me another off the Dude Ranch album. What do you like?
Damn it. No, I was just going to go with Damn It sort of changed the game in the way that the game had never been played before. So it was more introductory.
Underrated, Josie. She makes me Mexican food from sombreros just because. Yeah, just because. Come on. Great song.
No, I know
and
the
it's
song.
about their favorite restaurant, which is
I'm just wondering what you did with that money.
Oh, about the lessons?
The money.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, not at singing lessons. You clearly went to the arcade and played.
Oh, no? Oh, okay.
All right, Ned Schneebly.
It's the School of Rock. I love that movie.
All right, seriously though. The one song that sort of I loved off of Blur's album, the song Beetle Bum. To me, like it was a single. It came out. It made its way around, but I don't know. I always loved that song. Mm-hmm. Like I would listen to song 2, then I'd listen to Beetle Bum, and then I would pop the disc out and put in something else. Kyle's giving it a little.
I'm coughing. Sorry. No, I don't recognize the song name, but I like
it wasn't very big. It's a song inspired by heroin and drugs, as many things in the 90s were. When you're 12 years old and you're just kind of like, Beetle Bum, what you done? You're like, those rhyme. That's cool. So that's my honorable mention. I really enjoyed that song, and it was 5 minutes long, not 2.
There you go. All right, Jeff, how about you?
Yeah, sticking with those British bands, Oasis, Wonderwall.
97?
Yeah.
Oh, holy crap. Okay.
So, that's probably one of my honorable mentions.
Shit. I wonder if some of my other favorite Oasis songs are from that year. That's a bummer.
The Beetle bummer.
That was a Beetle juice up my ass for that one. God. Yeah, now I'm looking it up.
So I did actually look up to see why Daft Punk actually started wearing the helmets, and it was really just to protect their anonymity. They just, wanted to do something different and, not be in the public's eye, and it kind of worked.
Yeah. That's cool. Cool. Oh, yeah. Champagne Supernova is from that album. That would have been one of my favorites.
Yep. That's another Champagne Supernova. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You always kind of wish, brothers can love, but apparently those two can't.
I know the feeling. Okay. Any others on your list?
That's all for me.
Okay. Cool. And then I had a couple. One that I was a little disappointed because I was like, oh, I love the soundtrack for the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer. And do you remember the song on there? It's like, hush, hush, da, da, da. I was like, oh, yeah, that has to be 97. 1967 it came out. So I couldn't put it on the list. But it was a great song for the soundtrack of 97 for the I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. But from that year, though, Notorious B.I.G.'s Hypnotize. I love that song. That's a really cool one. And then there's one called The Freshman from the Verb Pipe.
That was going to be kind of like a close, like honorable mention of mine.
Love that song.
I have actually. I don't love it as much now as I did back then, but when I was a freshman, we used to play that song like in the locker room during like basketball games for some reason. Like we got like hooked on it. It was like a post game song, and everybody was always super into it when we played it. And for that reason, I have really good memories of the song. Kind of lame to play in a locker room, which I realize that now.
I was going to say,
but everybody was into it. So
not really exciting times in Indiana, are there?
A lot of weird things happen in that locker room. We don't have to talk about. All right, Jeff.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That was in Disturbing Behavior, right? They played that.
I think so. No, yeah.
That's what happened because of it.
Good old Cradle Bay.
Cradle Bay. Did we do? We did do Disturbing Behavior. No, we didn't do Disturbing.
We did.
We did the faculty.
I know. Did we not do That's a bummer if we didn't do it. I'd have to look it up. I feel like we talked. I think we at least did an episode where it was a top 5 choice, and I think we might have even put it on a poll topic or 2, and I don't think it ever won.
Gotcha.
I think we
talked a lot about it.
Yes, rightfully so.
It's a fantastic movie. That's a real bummer we never got to it. Well,
it's disturbing.
Maybe in the next lifetime, you know.
Paranoia, everybody's out to get me.
Yeah. That's a great song too. All right. Well, we got to end it somewhere. Might as well be now. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed our top 5 breakdown from the year 1997. So many awesome songs, great artists. There's a lot of bands that really kind of launched themselves in 97. A lot of great one-hit wonders in there. So jump on YouTube or Amazon or Spotify or wherever the heck you listen to music now. It's probably not on a CD or a record or a tape like we did back in the day, but check out some songs from 97 and enjoy yourself, because I think it's a great year for music. We will be back next week with another episode, and hopefully we'll have a guest for that one. Working on that, but we should be covering our final movie of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trilogy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 3, which is, we did a poll on our Twitter. It was voted the least favorite of the 3, but that's okay. That doesn't mean it's bad, but some weird things happen, most notably the turtle costumes. We'll get to it. That'll be the episode. I don't know why I'm squeaking. I think I'm losing my voice. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
How about a hug? I hate goodbyes.